Labour's silence is turning into a scandal, and now a councillor from Epping has had enough. As protests erupt outside a migrant hotel and residents demand answers, the government is nowhere to be seen. But Councillor Holly Whitbread isn't staying quiet. She's going public. And what she says exposes just how out of touch the Labour-led Home Office really is. This isn't just a local dispute, it's a warning shot from Britain's forgotten communities. Let's break it down, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. We have released our new I'm Not Far Right t-shirts. There are 2 different variants which come in black and blue. You can find them at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. Let's get into today's video. In the town of Epping, Essex, frustration is boiling over, and this time it's not just the public protesting in the streets. A local councillor has stepped up and openly torched the Labour government for its silence as tensions around a migrant hotel continue to escalate. Epping Councillor Holly Whitbread has delivered a scathing message to ministers, accusing them of deliberately ignoring the growing fury of local residents. The issue, the Bell Hotel in Epping, which has been transformed without consultation into housing for asylum seekers, and despite repeated protests, community backlash, and now cross-party condemnation, the government has refused to budge. Speaking to GB News, Councillor Whitbread described the Labour-led Home Office's total lack of communication as incredibly frustrating. In her words, "We've heard absolutely nothing. Let that sink in. Protests outside the Bell Hotel have been going on for weeks. Emotions are running high. Police and crime commissioners have voiced concerns. Council leaders, including Labour and Liberal Democrat representatives, have joined forces with Conservatives and Independents, unanimously, to demand that the hotel be shut down. And yet, radio silence from Labour ministers. Whitbread laid it bare. She said the leader of the council, the local MPs and the police and crime commissioner have now come together to put more pressure, write a letter together and ask again for the meeting. But despite that pressure, Labour continues to stonewall. No answers, no dialogue, no accountability. She revealed that the only response they get from the government is a recycled vague promise that these hotels will close within the course of this parliament. But that's up to 4 years away, and the residents of Epping are being told to just wait it out. Let's be clear, that's not good enough. Not for a town facing disruption, not for parents with schools next door, and not for taxpayers who are footing the bill. And it gets worse. Councillor Whitbread confirmed there was no consultation whatsoever before the hotel was reopened. "We were told, not consulted," she said. "We gave a very strong objection. This hotel was previously open during the pandemic, then finally closed last year, only to be reopened by the Labour government earlier this year. This isn't just about Epping. This is happening all across Britain. Hotels in market towns near schools and in close-knit communities are being filled rapidly and without notice with groups of single adult men who arrived in the country illegally. And the government won't even tell local leaders who they are. Let's remember, the Bell Hotel sits right next to a school. There have already been 2 serious incidents linked to the premises. Residents are rightly asking, who are these men? What vetting has been done? What risks are being taken with our communities? Councillor Whitbread didn't hold back. It's a completely inappropriate location. Worst of all, the people in this hotel are all males. We have no idea who they are. She also rejected the dishonest narrative being pushed by some corners of the media, that locals are racist or xenophobic. She was crystal clear. Epping is a very welcoming, diverse community. The issue here is not background or race, it's security, transparency and respect. And here's the bottom line. Locals are furious that their taxpayer money is being funneled into a hotel that they neither asked for nor approved. Whitbread captured the sentiment perfectly. People are angry, they feel attacked. They feel abandoned, not just by politicians, but by a system that prioritizes those who break the rules while ignoring the law-abiding families who live in these towns and villages. So the question now is, how long can Labour keep dodging this? How long will the Home Office continue to ignore a unified plea from local leaders of all parties? Because this isn't going away. The protests will continue, the pressure will rise, and the silence from Labour will only make the backlash louder. One thing is certain, the people of Epping, and communities just like it, are done being ignored. In other news, Katie Lamb has demanded the removal of every foreign criminal from Britain, arguing there is no justification for their continued presence in the country. Speaking to the media, the Shadow Home Office Minister declared all foreign criminals need to be deported and should serve their sentence in their own country. New data from the Ministry of Justice has revealed that 1 in 8 prisoners in England and Wales are foreign criminals. Out of a total prison population of 87,334 in England and Wales, foreign offenders now make up 12%, a total number of 10,772. Discussing the data, Lamb insisted that foreign offenders should serve their sentences in their countries of origin rather than remaining in Britain. Ultimately, though, what I want is for these people to be as far away from the British people as possible, Lamb stated. She explained that she and her Shadow Home Office colleagues had proposed changes requiring the expulsion of all individuals who commit crimes in Britain. The Conservatives actually in Parliament tried to amend the law, the Borders Bill that the government passed earlier this year, to say that everybody who commits a crime will need to leave the country, Lamb told GB News. Despite Conservative support for these measures, Lamb noted that Labour voted down the proposed amendments during parliamentary voting. She highlighted significant obstacles in implementing deportation policies, particularly with nations that resist accepting their citizens back. Often the problem is that those agreements need to be enforced, so there are quite a few countries that make it quite difficult to return their foreign national offenders, Lamb explained. The Conservatives had sought to make this visa restriction mandatory through their proposed amendments. We tried to make it a duty for the Home Secretary to say if you're not going to take back your criminals, we aren't going to let people from your country keep coming here, Lamb stated. The Shadow Minister disclosed that approximately 11,000 foreign national offenders currently remain in the UK, with around 7,000 having received sentences. Lamb acknowledged that previous administrations had failed to resolve the issue adequately. Lots of these problems, I'm afraid, weren't previously solved, or we wouldn't have the number of FNAs in the country, foreign national offenders. Some of those changes that I just talked about, some of the changes to the law to make it possible to force countries to take their prisoners back, were made by the last government in response to wanting to solve this problem. But clearly there's a lot more to do. Lamb's remarks highlight an intensifying political debate around immigration enforcement and the presence of foreign national offenders in the UK. With newly released figures showing that over 10,000 foreign nationals are currently imprisoned, making up 12% of the prison population, she has issued a clear and uncompromising message. Those who commit crimes on British soil should not remain here. Her call for mandatory deportation, along with proposed legal reforms to compel foreign governments to take back their offenders, points to a more hardline approach that the Shadow Home Office team is prepared to pursue. Lamb also acknowledged the failures of previous administrations, including her own party's role in voting down earlier proposals, but insisted there is still time to fix what she sees as a broken system. While challenges remain, particularly in securing cooperation from countries reluctant to repatriate their citizens, Lamb's intervention signals a renewed determination to prioritize public safety and national control. As pressure mounts and prison numbers climb, the issue of foreign national offenders is set to remain a flashpoint in British politics. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.